Hello, great people. Welcome to EduPar Show. My name is Mercy the Victor, an educator by profession, a parent by God's grace. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is a great platform where we usually talk matters education and parenting. And as we always say, this is the place to be where education meets parenting. Now, in our today's show, we are going to talk about 7 power-packed, easy to acquire attributes that turn you into an irresistible parent. Stay tuned. Number 1, having loads and loads of patience. Parenting requires lots of patience. Patience when they're developing milestones, patience when they are doing their homework, patience when they are doing their home tasks, patience when they are developing a new habit. So, as a parent, you really need lots of patience. Now, at times your child is going to expand your heart. They are going to press the buttons. If it is the adolescent, they are going to test your boundaries just to see how you're going to react. As a parent, you're not supposed to lose your cool. No, you're supposed to stay calm. Remember, you should never give your child an opportunity to see you out of control, even in the most frustrating situations. You're not supposed to show your child that you are out of control. Instead, take a deep breath, take a step back before you start shouting, yelling, and reacting. And by doing this, what are you teaching your child? That it is possible to stay calm even in the midst of a storm. Now, patience, it is not something that you acquire within a day. No. Patience is a habit that is developed with practice and time. The more you practice patience, the more you become a patient parent. And again, we can learn patience by learning to respond to our children with lots of understanding, lots of empathy, kindness, and gentleness. When you do this, what happens is that your child realizes that you understand them and you develop a very strong bond. And when you develop a good bond, what happens? It becomes easier for you to steer your child to the direction that you want. Number 2, possession of good communication skills. Good communication skills entails excellent listening and speaking skills. As a parent, what type of words do you speak towards your child? Which words do you use when you're correcting them? Do you use positive words or negative words? Now, for those parents who use positive words, for example, I'm so proud of you. You're the best. You're so strong. I know you're going to win. What happens? You build your child self-esteem and they start believing in themselves. And with that, what happens? They start performing very well, whether it is academically or even in the talents that they have. Now, for parents who use negative words, for example, you're so stupid, you're not good in anything, can't you do one thing right? What is your problem? What happens? You start making your child to have a low self-esteem. They start hating themselves. They start feeling inadequate. And with that, you can affect the career choices that they are going to make. You're going to affect their relationship with others, and you start killing the dreams that they have inside. So as a parent, you're supposed to be very careful. Which type of words are you using? Use positive words. Now, we are supposed to also to have good listening skills. Nowadays, it has become a challenge. We hardly have time to listen to our children because all the time we are scrolling our phones, we are chatting with our friends. But as a parent, it is important for you to note that it is good to give your child a listening ear. When you listen to them, you not only hear the words they are talking, but you also hear the unsaid words. And when they have a problem, it will be very easy for you to note that your child has challenges. Now, when your child realizes that you listen to them, what happens? They become more connected with you and they would like to share with you their daily experiences. They are going to share with you the challenges they are facing. And with that, you are going to have a stronger bond with your child. Number three, being rock solid supportive. As a parent, you need to be very strong. Your child is going to start developing. There are going to be milestone challenges. There are going to be adolescent challenges, adulthood challenges. And so, anytime your child is facing some challenges, they're supposed to know that they can rely on you to offer them proper advice, to give them solutions where possible. Now, as a parent, as your child goes through different phases in life, they end up facing so many challenges: acceptance challenges, career challenges, social challenges. So they're supposed to know that they can rely on you. You're supposed to be this one pillar they know that they can always run to when they face their challenges. So, as a parent, it is good for you to be strong, to be reliable, and to be supportive. And as we always say, supportive parents raise children who are emotionally stable, children who can be able to make good judgment, and children who can be reliable as adults. So it is very important for you to be very supportive to your children. Number four, being creative with a sense of humor. Humor is one of the best parenting tools. Naturally, when you laugh together, what happens? You easily bond with your child. So it is important for you as a parent to make sure that you create a home that is free, where your children can engage in sports, engage in games, dance, watch comedies, and laugh together. Now, when you say about a home that has humor, it is a home that doesn't have tensions. You might not be laughing all day long, but it is important to ensure that your home is a happy home. Now, remember, by use of humor, you can use it to make your child do some tasks that they find unpleasant. For example, maybe your child doesn't like making their bed. So, what happens? You create a funny song and you tell them anytime they are making their bed, they are going to sing this song. What happens? Because you create a positive atmosphere in their bedroom with the song, what will happen? Anytime they wake up, they'll start singing the kafani song and making their bed. Now, another thing that you're supposed to enhance in your home is creativity. Now, when you talk about creativity, it helps you to see the world through your child's sight. So, it is good to create a place where your child can practice lots of creativity. For example, it can be in the kitchen. You can tell them to cut the tomatoes in funny shapes. You can tell them to chop the onions in funny shapes. You can tell them to place the table in their own creative way. And with that, you'll be enhancing creativity. Now, with humor and creativity, what happens is that your child is going to feel more comfortable and you can even use it to enforce discipline. Tell them interesting stories, and with these stories come lessons that help them to acquire certain good behaviors. So, as a parent, it is good to ensure that you have those laughter moments. And remember, in even during our times, which memories do we have? Which memories do we hold most and dear to us? It is those moments that were full of laughter. So ensure you make your home a happy home, that even when they are grown up, they will always remember that we had a home where we could laugh anytime, we could laugh at funny things, and even when you're gone, what are they going to remember? The moments that you made them to laugh and they could always break their ribs. So, as a parent, ensure that your home is full of creativity and it is full of humor. Number 5, being firm and friendly. Now, as a parent, it is time you stop being harsh and very strict, because that one is not going to help. What helps is you being very firm yet very friendly. Now, when you firm, you are able to teach your child what is right and what is wrong. You are ready to sit on that sweet spot where you can be able to give firm rules yet in a very kind way. Now, what happens is that during this time, you're teaching your child what is acceptable and not acceptable. Now, there is one answer which is usually very hard for us as parents, the answer called no. Most parents interpret the word no like you are unkind to your child, you feel like you don't love them, but a good parent is a parent who is able to tell their child no, and the no remains a no when it is a reasonable no. For example, your child may start asking for a toy, and you know that they have other toys at home, and so you tell them no. But with time, when they start throwing tantrums and rolling on the ground, what happens? You change your no to a yes and you buy for them the toy. What is the child learning? That my mama or my papa yes can be a no, and a no can be a yes. And with time, they are not going to obey your rules. They are going to disregard them. They are going to have a contempt about your rules. And with time, you're going to have very big challenges because you want them to follow the rules, but they know you're not firm on them. So it is good as a parent that you learn that you need to be very, very firm. Work on ways of showing your child how things should be done, not telling them all the time how things should be done. And with that, you're going to become a proactive parent. Who is a proactive parent? This is a parent who is able to stop, observe, think before they react. And what does that mean? That anytime a child acts in a certain way, you are able to make a reasonable decision. You are able to be firm yet very friendly when you're making your decisions. And with that, you're going to build a home where children can be able to know that these rules are supposed to be followed and there is no any other way they need to be followed because my mama loves me or my papa loves me. Number 6, being a present role model. As a parent, you are the first teacher to your child, and so you become the first role model a child ever meets. So it is good for you to have good behaviors and the right attitudes that a child can copy from. Now, what are some of the things that a child can copy from you? Number 1, the choice of friends that you have. Which type of friends do you have? Are they the kind of friends who come to your home drunk? Are they the kind of friends who use vulgar language in the presence of your child? Are they the kind of friends who gossip about others? Your child is listening and they are more likely to imitate you. Number two, how do you treat your spouse? Do you treat them with respect? Are you kind to them? Now, your child is watching the kind of words you use when you are addressing your wife or your husband, the way you treat them, they are there watching. If you treat them badly, even them as adults, they are more likely to treat their spouses badly. So it is good for you to note that anything you do to your spouse or anything you do to your relatives, your child is watching and they are more likely to imitate the same. What is your attitude towards work? Are you the kind of a person who wakes in the morning and says how bad it is to work? What are you cultivating? A negative attitude towards work. So it is good for you to note that when you talk bad about a certain career, your child is listening and they are more likely to develop a hate attitude towards the same career. Another thing is that as a parent, you're supposed to ensure that you show affection, you show love, you show kindness to others. And with that, you'll be shaping your child in a positive way. And when they look at you, they are going to know that they have the right person as a role model. Number 7, possession of love that is never ending. We cannot talk about an irresistible parent without mentioning love. Parental love is the first love that a child experiences. So, as a parent, you're supposed to make sure that you're warm, affectionate, and very kind to your child. Let your child feel loved, and out of that, they are going to feel happy and secure. Now, there are instances where, as parents, we think that just because you're providing your child with basic needs, you're paying school fees, that your child is going to interpret it as love. Children don't interpret provision of needs as love. How do they interpret love? When you spend quality time with them. Ensure that you spare some time to just have a good moment with them. You can hug them, kiss them, cuddle them, and generally tell them nice things. And out of that, the child is going to feel so much loved and accepted. So, as a parent, ensure that your child feels loved all the time and never tire to tell them that you love them. This is something we overlook as parents. We usually think that as long as I'm doing the right things for my child, that they know they are loved. No. Once in a while, tell them how much you love them. Write for them some notes about how much you love them. They are going to remember and they are going to have good memories of how much you loved them. So, parents, love, 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 as we have said, unending love. Meaning what? That it is unconditional love, such that your child knows, even when they make mistakes, even when they fail, that you still love them. And with that, what do we say? That a loving adult creates another future loving adult. So love, love, love. Ensure your child not only knows that you love them, that they also feel that you love them. I hope you've learned a lot on how to become an irresistible parent to your child, such that if they're given a choice, they would choose you as their parent again and again and again. Thank you so much for your time. Kindly don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, EduPar Show. Hats off to my co-producer, James Kagiri, who works tirelessly to make sure that this show runs smoothly. So, in our next show, we are going to talk about the 4 different types of parenting styles. Which type are you? Don't miss. Make sure you join us in our next show. Bye bye.